What's up everyone and welcome back to the Wolfie Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we're going to be looking at none other than Tangle and Whisper issue number 3 of the IDW Samba de Amigo series. I really botched that one up. Let's go! Alright, so for those of you who are new to the channel, here's how our comic reviews normally go. I cover the book, I tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then I give it a score. But first, I have to read this comic book back to you in an overly dramatic hammy fashion. Let's begin! Ground Zero of a former Eggman bunker. You've been carrying some serious baggage all on your own. I see that now. Let me help. What happened? What did Mimic do to you? There were 5 of us. Slinger, our marksman. Me, the scout. Smithy, our crafter. Clairvoyance, our psyop. And Mimic, the infiltrator. We were the diamond cutters. You guys look so cool! Thanks. We were an anti-Eggman mercenary team. Took the most dangerous missions. I thought we were all committed to the cause. Here, let me show you. The videos on our masks were networked. Let us review the missions, study each other's perspectives. Oof, this is a little rough right after the safe. Okay, no problem. There are calculators out there with better security. Don't get too cocky. Claire, where are the patrols? I see. 1 formation on the far end of the base. 2 more inside recharging. Perfect. Whisper? 1 patrol, 100 meters from the front gate. Then blow the door. We'll tear everything down in here. Actually, looks like Eggman was expecting us. Tank inbound. Never mind. Central command tower neutralized. I've got our exit. Whisper, how are we looking to the south? All clear. Get out of there. Yeah, get 'em. You were all amazing. We worked well together. I'll say, you all... Wait, you can talk? The laser wisp tries to speak, but it comes out in Wispanese. I think that's what the official language of the wisp is called. Say again? I said, of course we can talk. The mask lets you talk to the wisp! Smithy was a genius. Designed our mask, our wisp-ons, everything. Mask let us communicate, coordinate, and he wanted us to act as one. The variable wisp-on was his prototype. We were all meant to have one. Everyone working as one. Everyone using all the wisp. Everyone. They all sound like awesome friends. Now you've got to tell me what happened. I mean, I can figure it out, but I think you need to get it out there. It's eating you up inside. I can't. Then show me. Do you still have the footage on file? Yes, but if you can't confront it right now, I understand. But the more you can share, the more I can help you. Please.
Q! Laser! Rocket! Fight!
You think so? If you're sure. I'm sure. Tangle looks into the mask to reveal the truth of what happened with Whisper's past. Taking it down will be total blackout for his forces along the coastline. Eggman's been steamrolling the world with the Hedgehog's MIA. We can't pass this up. However, we see Claire talking to Whisper up close. Listen, hang back like you always do, okay? Why? Mimic says we're all needed on the ground for this one. I'm not sure. I've just got a bad feeling about this. You're the psychic. Should we scrub the OP? No. Mimic's right. We can't let this opportunity pass. We'll just have to be extra careful. It's way too quiet. Claire, where's the security? I'm having trouble seeing anything. Eggman must be projecting alpha waves. Whisper? Anyone around? I'll quiet out here. I don't like this. Eggman's ready for us this time. After all we've done to him, you think he wouldn't adapt? Who else can take this place down? The Resistance? Pfft. You're both right. Mimic, scout around for an ambush. We'll push ahead. Good call. I'll yell if I find something. The alpha waves are strongest here. Whatever Eggman's hiding, it's most likely in there. Lock and load, Diamond Cutters. Let's cause some property damage. What in the world? I've heard of Metal Sonic. Is this? Whoa! Whoa! We're sealed in! Fire at will! Mimic, Whisper, we need evac! Mimic, where are you? A brief shift in the scene shows that Eggman is the one activating the shadow androids. And of course, Mimic is the betrayer that told Eggman of their whereabouts. Well done, Mimic. I wasn't sure you'd deliver, but I'm delighted you did the smart thing. By my estimate, you'll have 99% of the planet in a month, and I prefer to play for the winning team. I'm free to go, correct? Yes, I'll pardon you for your crimes against me. Go out there and do whatever it is you do. Gah! I guess I'll be moving on without my wisp. They're more trouble than they're worth, believe me. Now let's see here. My shadow androids report 3 targets down. There were 5 of you. Whisper stayed outside, as lookout. She's only a scout, no threat to finish the job or I finish you. Whisper, help! We were ambushed. I barely got out alive. She abandoned us? I mean, she would have heard everything. If she ran the minute things went bad, she could be a click from here in any direction. Eggman's gonna fillet me alive. Then again, I have her wisp on, and he wouldn't know my mask from hers. I can turn these in as proof. That gets Eggman off my back, and there's nothing to fear from an unarmed coward. Ha! It should be criminal to be this smooth. I waited until it was clear, rescued the Wisp, went back to base, took Smithy's prototype. I know I asked for it, but why would you hold on to that footage? Never forget, never forgive. Ah, that's why you took that new Wisp on a small army of little friends, to keep fighting as the guardian of the battlefield. Their name for me, not my idea. And then you joined us in fighting Neo Metal Sonic. I guess having Shadow with us made things awkward. It wasn't his fault, but it was difficult to see him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, explains that little piece of backstory. Not as interesting as a lot of fan theories had predicted, but, you know, still at least it answers that question. Okay, so I've got a pretty good timeline of everything now. That only leaves one question. Why leave me behind? Mimic is dangerous, not just because of what he can do, but because he's in your head. If not me, then Sonic, Amy, Tails, somebody. You are the first friend I've allowed myself to have since then. I can't stand the thought of losing anyone again. And then this face, this panel right here, is why I love Tangle so much. She is just so overexpressive. Like, I want to make this my avatar. This face just murders me. Well, too bad. You're my friend too. And friends look after each other, no matter what. He nearly destroyed us tonight. Well, yeah? Which means he gets double the payback. We'll bring him down and make him regret every lousy, nasty thing he's done. I know how he works firsthand now. He won't trick me again. He doesn't stand a chance next time. You can't be discouraged, can you? Not when my buddy needs some positive energy, and especially not when our friends need avenging. And then this gesture that absolutely just sealed the deal for this comic needing to exist. Whisper hugging Tangle is the most wholesome thing I've seen in this damn miniseries. It gets me right here. Right here, y'all. Just friendship at its finest right there. Mwah, perfection. Thank you. The trail is cold. It will take a while to find him. Maybe not. Mimic already got you once. Eggman will demand solid proof this time. That means Mimic will come back, and we'll give him a taste of his own medicine. Later, Mimic can be seen coming back to the scene of the crime, or the scene of what he imagines is their destruction. Riding what appears to be a Knack the Weasel-inspired ship. Then again, I could be reading too hard into things. Again. I'm here, and I can confirm that they're gone. There's nothing left but soot and slag. Then comb through every mote and lump. You screwed up once already, and I don't trust you not to do it again. They both would have been atomized. What kind of proof do you expect me to find? That's your problem, not mine. You assured me your former comrade wasn't a threat, let alone alive. Except not only is the last time I cut her alive, she became a highly destructive beacon of hope during the war. She cannot be allowed to run around. Don't you have better things to do than to hunt down one mercenary? Sonic gives me enough trouble. I don't need another distraction. Fail me again, and I'll add you to that list of distractions. There's no shape you can take that'll protect you from Metal Sonic. I'll see what I can find. Impossible! What? Are they alive? What kind of assassin are you? These tracks are perfect. No signs of limping. Evenly spaced, not hurried. These are deliberate. So? Shut up for 1 minute, will you? How dare you! Your life is in my hands. You'll finish off the last of the diamond cutters, or I will... Relax, Doctor. I know exactly where to find them. And in the next panel, it's revealed that they left a message for Mimic, a very clear one at that. I'm going to need backup, because who wants a fair fight? Next time, the final showdown. And that was Tangle and Whisper issue number 3. Let's quickly cover what I liked, what I didn't like, and then we'll give this thing a score. This one, as we all knew, was going to be a lot more explanation heavy. This was not going to move the story forward, so if that was what you were coming into this comic expecting, sorry. This one is mostly to explain Whisper's backstory, which we got. We finally got to see who the Diamond Cutters are. They were a group of mercenaries, and we all knew, based on what had happened, everything that happened up until now, that Mimic was going to be the betrayer. I was curious as to why he was going to betray the group. I guess his motivations were just self-preservation. Basically, he's a scumbag. He wants to survive, and he saw that Eggman was going to eventually win. I imagine the event that took place that made him turn was when the Hedgehogs went MIA, as he said in the comics. He said, let's see if I can find that actual piece of dialogue there. He said, Eggman's been steamrolling the world with the Hedgehog's MIA. We can't pass this up. So that means during that particular flashback, that is when the event happened. I'm imagining where Sonic and Shadow both went missing. Again, Shadow's disappearance isn't really explained in Sonic Forces, even in episode Shadow. It's made even more ambiguous, where it's like, where the heck was Shadow the whole time during the invasion, during Eggman's takeover? Because I might be misremembering this. People in the comment section, please correct me if I'm wrong, or also tell me I'm not crazy. But I remember Shadow being put under Infinite's influence by the he got hit with the illusionary stuff. But from the way it sounded was like he went through that weird mental state with Infinite, but he was able to snap out of it within like a few hours, like minutes to an hour. A few hours later, he snaps out of it. And Rouge says something along the lines of something's happening back at, City, where Sonic first encounters Infinite and gets his butt kicked. I believe that's how it goes down. So Shadow snapping out of the illusion from Infinite doesn't explain where the heck he was during most of the story, because Shadow doesn't even show up to help Sonic at all during that story, especially after he's getting his butt kicked or anything. And it's implied that Shadow was missing the whole time during the events of Forces. He just shows up during that one time during the time you meet the fake Shadow in that one cutscene, and real Shadow comes and kicks him out or whatever. That story was so goddamn dumb. Oh, I hate it. Anyway, so needless to say, Mimic is a douchebag. He's a scumbag. That's all it is. Really, that's it. Betrayed his whole team, got them killed because he wanted to survive. He saw the writing on the wall, saw Eggman was about to win, and did what he thought needed to be done, killing his friends. And the way he kind of sells out his friends and gets them killed is kind of brutal. If you think about it, like, they get killed by shadow androids, and while it's not shown explicitly, we can assume that they just, like, we can assume that the shadow bots, like, probably beat them to death or maim them to death, like, no mercy. Like, it's kind of effed up the way they died. So, unless it's implied that the shadow bots capture them and then Eggman later went on to kill them, but I'm pretty sure it's implied that the shadow bots kind of overwhelmed them and killed them. And if you look at the actual next frame, I hope I'll put it over here. Next frame like shows like Eggman looking at the monitor. You can see what he's seeing on the monitor shows like the shadow bots. A few were getting taken out during that little scuffle, that fight. And it's saying Shadow Android Online, Shadow Android Online. So he's turning them on, and it's showing which ones are getting defeated and which ones are still online and running. And then the words "Mission Complete" pop up. I'd imagine that means they killed them, and that was the little signal that showed they killed them. And it was like, ooh. I don't think there's ever been an explicit death shown in the new books, in the new Sonic IDW books. There hasn't been any explicit death shown. This wasn't explicitly shown, but again, it's implied or kind of off-screen shown that they die. And then Mimic, the scumbag he is, tries to come back and tries to play it off like, oh man, just Mimic is I think he is the most scumbag villain to ever exist. He is so dirty. And the fact that he takes forms of other people to mess with people, I love to hate this guy. I hope he gets his comeuppance. I hope they don't kill him, though. I really hope they don't kill him, and I hope he's not a one-off villain. I want him to return as a scumbag villain for the rest of... Not the rest of the story, just when he's needed, every now and then show up as another antagonist. Like, he can be an ongoing antagonist all the time, because he can take the form of anybody. That almost makes him too dangerous, though. That almost makes him too dangerous. But, I believe I've covered it. Wait. Things I liked. I like that Eggman referenced Metal Sonic. That is his best creation, one of his best creations. And the fact that he's using Metal Sonic as like a tool, like, oh, by the way, if you fail me, I will send Metal Sonic after you. And there's no form you can take that you can hide from him. And it's like, if you really think about it, Metal Sonic is the perfect cold-blooded killer. It feels no remorse. It will do what Eggman says, as long as doesn't have any free will. He'll do what Eggman says and execute that plan outright. Like, if Eggman says kill this person, Metal Sonic's gonna kill them. You know that. I love that though. I love that. That's the thing that makes Mimic like, ooh, okay. Because if you think about it, how many characters have actually defeated Metal Sonic? Canon-wise, as far as games and well, I'm not gonna count comics, but as far as games go, Sonic is the only one. Wait, no, Sonic, Knuckles, Mighty in the Sonic Mania Adventures kinda beats him back a little bit. So as of now, Sonic in Sonic CD defeated Metal Sonic. Knuckles and Knuckles Chaotix, if that's even a canon game anymore. I don't know if it's canon to the classic arc, classic timeline, classic dimension. I don't know what the heck they're doing with the damn timelines and story and dimensions. If it's canon to the classic or modern era, I don't know what Knuckles Chaotix falls in. I guess Metal Sonic was technically defeated by Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and Sonic Heroes too, so that kind of counts. But that was the superpower of teamwork, not just one person individually. Yeah, very few people can probably defeat Metal Sonic. That being said, what was I just talking about? I had a tangent. The fact that all the wisps that Whisper has are all from her friends, and they've seen death. These are wisps that have seen death firsthand. The ones that are here all were in that room when the Shadowbots attacked, so they got to watch their owners get maimed and killed. Again, this is just a kid's book for babies, though. I like that they're actually addressing some themes here. Again, the books do a better job of conveying what the Force's storyline needed to convey in, 30 pages or less? It's like, there's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for the bad writing in the games anymore. I am so happy this book gave us the moment where Whisper hugs Tangle, and it's like a moment of character build-up. The whole time Whisper has this whole thing of like, doesn't like to be touched, doesn't want to be close, and at that moment, she finally breaks down and allows the friendship in and embraces Tangle, and it's such a wholesome, nice moment. And the fact that Tangle has a little that face is gonna be a meme. I'm telling you that. That sad face thing where she turns around and her face is all like her eyes are watery and everything. Brilliant. I love the art in this. The expressions are so on point, and it's like, I'm gonna say this one is a Evan Stanley. This has to be Evan Stanley's art because I can recognize she has a very distinct style. It's very good. Yep, artist Evan Stanley. Very nice. I love the artwork she does. Just great. I'm trying to think. Because if anything else, even without the words, the way she draws the characters and the way she kind of like lines everything out and the way the expressions are drawn, you can tell what's happening. Like, she's very good at that. I love her art a lot. What else? Gotta say, I'm digging the writing. I'm curious where this goes from here on in, though. Once we get to because the next issue is the last of the 4-part series of the Tangle and Whisper, so they're gonna have to decisively defeat Mimic or detain him. I'm hoping they beat him up to a pulp, not kill him, but beat him to a pulp because he deserves it, and then detain him so he can break out later and we can have more Mimic shenanigans. Anyway, yeah, it was cool to see the Diamond Cutters in action. We got to see what their powers were, who they were, and despite them being dead, it's great that we get to see everything, actually. We actually even learn how Whisper's mask works and how she's able to communicate with the Wisp. I assumed it was just they were so in sync with her, they were so in tune with her because they've been fighting with her so long that they kind of could tell what she wanted them to do, but this makes sense. Tails, and before people say, how does the mask make it so that she can understand Wisp? Remember, Tails figured it out at the very end of Sonic Colors that, oh, I finally figured out how to get the machine to translate what Wisp are saying. So, if Tails can figure it out, someone else could figure it out, even if it took longer. So, yeah, this explained everything about Wisp. Her backstory, her weapon, her mask, why she is the way she is, except for the whispering part. I'm going to guess, and this is just my prediction, my headcanon, why she whispers. Maybe Mimic actually got her when he lunged at her with that knife when he was disguising himself as Sonic. Maybe he actually got her in the throat. I mean, they couldn't show that, right? Maybe, well, because she does speak when she's scared about something happening to Jules. She does speak up loud. She could speak up loud when she wants to. I imagine the whispering thing is a comfort thing. I'm not sure why she's whispering. So many mysteries. I'm going to go ahead and say it hurts her to speak. Maybe she has like a neck injury or something like that. Maybe Mimic went for the jugular and kind of got her, but didn't really finish, didn't hit her good enough, I guess. My prediction. It could be a number of things. Just post-trauma, and she doesn't speak up that much. Maybe she doesn't speak a lot, and maybe that's why she's kind of regressed. It's hard to tell what is causing her to whisper. But I'm so glad Tangle and Whisper are a pair, a duo. They are a great, gotta word this right. They're a great duo, a great friendship there. I could see these two fighting and becoming their own little team there. What don't I like? I mean, nah, I got no real complaints. Story was solid. A good, decent flashback comic book that let us know what about Whisper as promised. So, if I had come out of this comment saying like I don't understand things still, I would have been a little upset. But hey, I got exactly what was promised here, and we got to see Mimic's true form again. This time in sunlight. He's like this, what's it called? Octopus. He's even got a beak, which is an interesting part of a Sonic design I never thought I'd see. He has a very cool look about him. And I hope he doesn't get killed. If he does get killed, I hope it's like it's deserved. Not like a Disney death where he falls off a cliff or something like that. But we shall see. Let me know what you guys thought of this book. Are you as excited as I am for the last part? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell if you haven't already to know when more videos go live immediately. For now, oh wait, I forgot to give this a score. Let me give this a 8 out of 10. Pretty good. I would give a lot of bonus points for the artwork. Actually, let me give it 8.2 out of 10. Give some points for that artwork. I love the covers too, by the way. If you can see them, I put the covers always over here. I love the covers. Like, the art in these are great. I love them so much. They're really good. But yes, if I missed anything, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I know you guys will do that anyway, but still. That's going to be it for me today, guys. For now, I'm going to call it. I will see you on the next video, so stay tuned. This video is sponsored and paid for by my two patrons, Hedge and Green. Thank you guys so very much for the support.
If you guys would also like to show support for the channel, you can visit my Patreon at patreon.com/werewolfwolfie. Any amount you pledge is very much appreciated. Thanks for the support as always, guys. A link should be in the description below, or it should pop up on the video. Goodbye for now.